It was April 14th, 1945. The war was nearly over. The Third Reich was collapsing under Allied fire. Berlin was burning, cities were falling, and the once mighty German Navy was fighting for survival beneath the waves. Deep under the cold, grey waters of the North Sea, a German submarine, U-1206, silently moved through the dark. It was one of the newest U-boats, equipped with technology that was supposed to keep it hidden, fast, and invincible. But that same technology would soon turn against them. What happened next would become one of the strangest and most tragic stories of World War II, the legend of the cursed submarine. U-1206 was commanded by Captain Karl Adolf Schlitt, a young, ambitious officer who believed in the power of German engineering. The submarine was launched in March 1944 and was equipped with the latest improvements: advanced engines, reinforced hulls, encrypted communications, and a new type of high-pressure toilet system. That last detail might sound trivial, but it wasn't. Life aboard a submarine was brutal. Dozens of men lived in cramped steel corridors, breathing recycled air that smelled of fuel, sweat, and salt. Going to the bathroom was a complicated process, especially while submerged. Traditional toilets couldn't be used at deep depths. They risked flooding the compartment. So German engineers designed a new system that allowed the crew to use it even hundreds of feet below the surface. It was considered a small technological miracle until it wasn't. The crew of the U-1206 set out on what was supposed to be a short patrol near the coast of Scotland. The Allies had control of the skies, and German submarines were being hunted relentlessly by aircraft and destroyers. Every dive was a risk, every surfacing a gamble. The men were exhausted, anxious, and surrounded by death, but they trusted their commander and their machine. Until the morning, everything went wrong. According to surviving reports, the submarine was operating at a depth of about 200 feet. Captain Schlitt decided to use the new toilet system, a privilege usually reserved for senior officers. The mechanism required precise steps. Several valves had to be opened and closed in a specific sequence. Only a specially trained engineer was supposed to operate it. But Schlitt, confident in his ability, decided to handle it himself. Something went wrong. He turned the wrong valve. Seawater rushed into the compartment, flooding the pipes. Panicking, he called for an engineer to assist him. The engineer tried to fix it, but in the process opened another valve, the one separating the system from the battery compartment. In seconds, seawater mixed with sulfuric acid from the submarine's batteries, releasing clouds of deadly chlorine gas. The crew immediately felt the burning in their lungs. Men collapsed, choking and screaming, as the toxic gas filled the submarine. Schlitt ordered an emergency surfacing. The U-1206 rose rapidly to the surface, breaking through the dark water into daylight. But surfacing was the worst possible move. They were near the Scottish coast, in enemy territory. The moment the submarine appeared, it was spotted by Allied aircraft patrolling the area. Within minutes, British bombers descended on them. Explosions rocked the vessel. The crew scrambled to man anti-aircraft guns, but it was hopeless. The captain gave the order to scuttle the submarine to prevent capture. The hull was breached, and the U-1206 began to sink. Men leapt into the freezing sea, clutching life vests, shouting names that were never answered. Many froze to death in minutes. Only a handful survived to tell the story. The official report blamed the toilet malfunction, an embarrassing, almost absurd cause for the loss of an advanced military vessel. But survivors later hinted there was more to it. They spoke of strange orders, sealed compartments, and experiments that were not part of standard protocol. The U-1206, they claimed, wasn't just testing new plumbing. It was carrying secret equipment, experimental propulsion systems designed to make submarines faster and undetectable by sonar. According to declassified Allied documents decades later, some German U-boats were equipped with magnetic propulsion drives and stealth coatings based on radar-absorbing materials. It's possible that U-1206 was one of them, and that the toilet accident was a convenient cover-up. What gives the legend its haunting power is what happened after the war. The wreck of U-1206 was discovered in 2012, resting at the bottom of the North Sea off the coast of Scotland. Divers who explored it reported something unusual. Their instruments malfunctioned near the wreck. Compasses spun uncontrollably. Some divers claimed they felt disoriented, as if gravity itself was shifting. The submarine lay in eerie silence, its hull still intact, but scarred by time and depth. Inside, they found twisted metal, rusted control panels, and what looked like experimental wiring, not listed in any blueprint. Historians studying the wreck believe the story of U-1206 may connect to another secret Nazi project known as Elektroboote, electric submarines far ahead of their time, capable of staying submerged for weeks without surfacing. Some designs resembled modern nuclear submarines in concept. If the Germans were testing such technology, U-1206 might have been one of their prototypes, and if that's true, then the story of the cursed submarine takes on a much darker meaning. Maybe it wasn't an accident at all, maybe it was sabotage, or maybe they were testing something that shouldn't have existed. There's another version of the story, one whispered among naval historians and conspiracy theorists alike. It claims that U-1206 was part of an experiment involving mercury-based propulsion, a liquid metal engine similar to what some believe powered the mysterious Nazi Bell. Such a system, if real, would have produced intense magnetic fields capable of interfering with electrical systems, exactly what divers reported decades later. If the experiment failed or went out of control underwater, it could have caused the same toxic reaction that doomed the ship. In that case, the toilet story might have been an intentional distraction, a way to hide the truth from Allied intelligence. Regardless of what really happened, U-1206 has become a symbol of the desperation that defined Nazi Germany's final months. The regime was crumbling, yet it continued to chase impossible technologies, miracle weapons, secret engines, even experiments that defied the laws of nature. Beneath all the chaos, thousands of young men were dying in metal coffins, victims of their leaders' obsession with domination. The cursed submarine is their story, not just of failure, but of blind faith in a dying dream. Captain Schlitt survived the sinking and was captured by the British. Today, the wreck of the U-1206 lies about 70 meters below the surface, shrouded in darkness. The currents there are cold and relentless. Divers say that when you descend toward it, visibility drops and a strange calm fills the water. The shape of the submarine appears slowly through the gloom, a ghost frozen in time. You can almost feel the presence of the men who died there, their story trapped beneath layers of salt and silence. The ship's hatches remain sealed, as if still guarding the secrets it carried. The legend of the cursed submarine continues to grow. Historians debate its true cause, divers chase the unknown, and storytellers keep its memory alive. Whether it was a fatal mistake, an act of sabotage, or an experiment gone wrong, the truth is that the U-1206 was doomed the moment it went to sea. Its legacy is a warning that even the greatest machines of war can turn on their creators. Beneath the endless waves of the North Sea, the cursed submarine sleeps, its steel tomb whispering one final message to those who dare to listen. Some secrets were never meant to surface.